Mr. Chow Chinchow's Lantern Joe here, and welcome to the very first episode of our Pokemon Sacred Gold Egglocke. Now, I want to say a few things. I want to say thank you to the Zorophobia for making all the layouts, thumbnails and stuff like that. He made all this, well, he made all the GFX possible, so thank you to the Zorophobia, and thank you to all you guys for sending eggs. We're still accepting eggs. I just want to get a save file out there, so this time I actually want you guys to play along. So there will be a download link in the description where you can download the file and play along if you want to. That will be one of the things I didn't do in Pearl, but will be done for this series. So without further ado, let's make a start to this. If my J-pad was working. Hang on guys, I might have to pause the recording here because... Hang on, wait. Oh, right. Somehow my screen wasn't clicked on. Okay. Interesting. Huh? Oh, excuse me, I was just enjoying this book here. Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to Pokemon Sacred Gold or Stone Silver, a hack with expansions and features. My name is Professor Oak, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before we go any further, would you like to know a few things that you should know? Let me show you a native Pokemon. And there's a Marill. Johto and Kanto regions were known to have only a fraction of Pokemon, but with large migrations, it's brought in a great scale of Pokemon throughout the world. There are new challenges and a great amount of differences waiting for you in how you raise your Pokemon. Now, why don't you tell me a few things about yourself? Are you a boy or a girl? I am a boy. So you're a boy then? Yes, I'm a boy. Please tell me your name. My name, of course, we always call ourselves this on Lantern Joe, unless it's Pokemon Y. We're going to call ourselves Joe. So your name is Joe? Yes, my name is Joe. Ah, Joe, are you ready? Your very own Pokemon adventure is about to unfold. Let's go to the world of Pokemon. I'll see you later. If you ever want to know anything about the hack and challenges, check the documents that should have come with the game. Most of all of that information should be in there. Play as you like. You might not want to actually use the information either way. Hey. Just have fun, Dre. And we're going into the world. And we're in our room. Nice, right here. Yes, there is a bunch of documentation that literally tells you all about the game. I don't know how much I will be reading of it. I'll maybe try and like get an eye on gym leader levels and stuff like that, and how Pokemon evolve in this game, because it's a bit changed around for some Pokemon. So I'll try and keep an eye on that. But other than that, I'm trying to not read too much into this game because I want to sort of play through it at my own pace and have no spoilers. Plus, these episodes are going to be a bit shorter. I want to put that out there right now. These episodes are going to be about 20 minutes long. If I can get them to around about 20 minutes long, that's how they're going to be. They may be a bit longer depending on whether we're in the middle of the battle when we hit that 20-minute time limit. I'll try and finish the battle as quickly as possible without using the speed up button, but we'll see what happens. About time you woke up, Joe. Professor Elm is waiting for you outside. He wanted to see you. Here are a few things. I heard Johto's changed over the past few years. You should be careful, Joe. You better take your running shoes. Oh, cool, we get the running shoes straight away. That's brilliant. And you'll probably want your bike and music player as well. This mum knows me very well. Of course I want my bike and music player. That's really cool. I'll get my bike straight away, and of course I'll get the GB sounds. I might actually put those on in a minute when we get to able to control ourselves here. I'm sure Professor Elm has a gift for you too. Okay. Thank you, Mum. Yeah, I'm going to put the GB sounds on now. I haven't hacked in any of the eggs or any of the any of the rare candies or anything like that just yet, because the fact is, this is the first episode, this is what you're going to see, this is the very first episode, so I kind of want to put all that out there first and make a save file before I hack all that in. That's kind of what I need to do. That sounds so amazing. The GB sounds are so amazing. There's a Marrow. And there's Lyra. I'm guessing the Marrow's Lyra's and they're having a nice reunion. Cool. That is so brilliant to hear the new Bot Town music again in sort of 8-bit form. That is so cool. I was so enjoying that. I have to apologise for this Elm voice, but I'm going to put it on anyway. Hi Joe, I've been waiting for you to arrive. I've been kind of curious about how Pokemon feel about walking outside their Pokeballs. I was kind of hoping you'd help me with these tests. Oh, hey, I got an email. Okay. Hey, listen, I know this person called Mr. Pokemon. He finds all sorts of crazy things. And he says he has something. But we're both so busy right now with our research. Can you pick it up for us? Can you take one of the Pokemon in that machine over there and pick it up? I will in a minute, just so I want to turn text speed to fast. That's really annoying. I just realised that like text speed is really not fast. And that should do it for now. But I do want to talk to you about something. First question of the day for you guys. Do you want the battle style at set or shift? Now remember, this is a harder ROM hack with battle strategies, Wi-Fi techniques and everything all thought ahead of for Drayanu. So you like made this an actual like a Wi-Fi battle. So if we put this into set mode, it will be very hard. It's quite hard already in shift mode, but in set mode it'll be very hard because we won't know what's coming in next. So that's going to be that'll be interesting. Let me know in the comment section if you want. That's going to be our first question of the day for this series: battle style to be shift or set. Now, of course, with this question, it's quite an important question. So if one or two of you guys say I want it shift, and a couple of you other guys say they want it set, I'm going to sort of go with the majority. That's how I'm going to do this. If there's a majority favouring each way, that's what I'll go with. But remember, this is a harder ROM hack, so bring that into consideration when you're thinking about it. Don't just say yes or no. Think about it, because it's, you know, it's a hard ROM hack. Think about me as well. Anyway, let's take a look at these Pokemon we got here. Touch a ball to see what Pokemon's inside it. We have Chikorita, the grass-type Pokemon. We have Totodile, the water-type Pokemon. And we have Cyndaquil, the fire-type Pokemon. It doesn't really matter because we're going to be swapping them out for eggs, so I'm going to go for Totodile. You want Totodile, the water-type Pokemon? Yes. And we received Totodile from Professor Elm. You want to give a nickname? Do you want to give a nickname to Totodile? No. No, Totodile's going to be swapped out for an egg. Doesn't need a nickname. How do you feel about walking outside with Pokemon? It's not bad, is it? You can take your Pokemon all the way to Mr. Pokemon's house. If your Pokemon is to get hurt, you can use this machine on my PC. It's so easy. All you need to do is check my PC on the desk. Mr. Pokemon goes everywhere and finds rarities. His house is just past Cherry Grove City. Go a little north past Cherry Grove City and you'll find his house. I'm counting on you, Joe. Joe, I want you to have these for your journey, to help with your journey. Okay, so we got some potions from the very nice aid here. Pokemon are always weak at the beginning. Don't hesitate to use a potion if they're in danger. Okie dokie, thank you very much, Mr. Aid. Joe, you got yourself a Pokemon. I've got to say, it's really cute. When you walk with your Pokemon, it'll become more friendly to you. You should turn around and talk to it sometimes too. Oh, that's right. Why don't you go and show it to your mom? See ya. Oh, Joe, what a cute Pokemon you have there. Professor Elm must have gave it to you. Oh, Professor Elm has a task for you, you say? What kind of task? I see, that does sound a little difficult. But when someone asks a request of you like that, it must be important. Oh yes, I completely forgot. Your Pokegear came back from the Poke repair shop. Here you go. And we received a Pokegear. The Pokegear, or Pokemon Gear as it's often referred to, is what every trainer should have if they want to be a good Pokemon. Guess what? Your Pokegear can make a phone call, too. Do you remember how? Yes, I do. Just power on the Pokegear and touch the telephone icon, okay? The names of the people are automatically registered. Just select the person you want to call. Wow, I can't believe it's that easy to make a phone call. It's just like it is on the phone, Mum. It's fine, you know. And again, I guess I didn't set the text speed to fast. There we go. It's sorted now. Sorry about that. I'm getting ahead of myself. I've sort of practiced recording this quite a few times. That's why I'm a bit ahead of myself in my head. Wait 1 second, Joe! I almost forgot about this. Here, I'll give you my phone number. And we registered Professor Elm in the Pokegear. I'll call you if anything comes up. And we can go on to Route 29 and get on with our adventures. Now, in this episode, I'm going to try and make it up to Mr. Pokemon's house. We're going to try and run for every battle we get into, because basically it'd be weird for us to gain any levels with Totodile here, but he's not actually going to be our official starter. We'll start hatching eggs in episode 2. That's how we're going to do this. I'm going to try and get to Mr. Pokemon's house with this very first episode. I don't know how well it's going to go, but we'll see. I might have to go a little longer just so we can get to Mr. Pokemon's house, but we'll see. Because I don't want to go too long. As I said, I'll try and keep to 20 minutes, and I mean it. As long as I remember to go through walls and stuff like that, should be fine. Is the GBA player working? Because that should be working. There we go. I think it's like every time you go into a battle or enter a building, it doesn't work. Which annoys me. I like the Puchienas, but I want to get away from it now. So, yeah, it is. It's every time you go into a battle or every time you enter a building, it seems to go off. Which is annoying, but, you know, you have to live with it. Ah, you're a rookie trainer. No, let me show you around. Please follow me. Please do keep up. I won't keep you that long, I promise. This right here is the Pokemon Center. They'll get your Pokemon healed in no time at all. This right here is the Pokemon Mart. It sells Pokeballs for catching wild Pokemon as well as other useful items. Route 30 is out this way. Trainers will be battling with their Pokemon out there. If you go a little further, you'll see Mr. Pokemon's house. This is the sea, as you can see. Some Pokemon can only be found in the water. And this is my house. As a reward for following me around, please take this old rod. Ah, we got the old rod. Not bad. Toss that rod into water and you can find a bite. Cool. And we can continue on. Go over here and... This is basically just a lot of introduction things. Ah, I made it. I forgot about one thing. Please take another token from me. Take it. And we loaded the map card so we can see where we're going now. Select the Pokegear on the touch screen and go to the map screen, the town map icon. You'll be able to see the map of the current region you are in. The Pokegear becomes more useful the more cards you add to it. I wish you luck on your journey. Okie dokie, not bad. I wish I had repel so we could repel away Pokemon, but I can't do that. I might as well get this bit of storyline out too. People usually come by my house looking for Mr. Pokemon's house. Did you mean to visit my house, right? How kind of you. Do you know anything about apricorns? Apricorn trees bear fruit once a day. I have one of these trees in my garden. Apricorns do something really special, that you can use them to make Pokeballs and other good things. They're really quite useful. I have this feeling our meeting was meant to be, so you can have this. The Apricorn box. You can store many kinds of apricorns in an apricorn box. You'll be able to become a dependent apricorn collector with one of those. Cool. And if we shake the tree outside his garden, we can get a green apricorn. Not bad. Or a gr apricorn, because they can't fit green in. Damn 12 characters. And damn Pokemon. I've only got a few more minutes left in this episode. I kind of would like to get to Mr. Pokemon's house, but I think I'm not going to have the time. And I can't escape. Really? I can't escape from a Surskit? This Surskit is faster than me. I'm going to have to kill the Surskit. I don't want to kill the Surskit. Let me get away from the Surskit. Goddamn game. Wanted to get away from the Surskit without having too much trouble, and the Surskit seemed to give me trouble. That's not fair. I'll see how far we can get before we have to end today's episode off. I don't want to... We're almost at Mr. Pokemon's house right now. If we could stop running into encounters, we could get to Mr. Pokemon's house a hell of a lot quicker, because it takes so long to run away. And since I don't want to use the speed up button, I'm not one of those people. If you just basically recently come across my channel, I don't use the speed up button. It's something I've learnt to do over the past few Let's Plays that I've done on my channel. I used it a few times in Pearl, and people got a bit naughty about me in the comment section, and they didn't like me using the speed up button. So I tried to go through all Fire Leaf 3 without using the speed up button, and I did pretty well. I only used it once, so it was actually perfect. And I actually haven't enabled speed up with this new DS emulator yet, because I'm using the new version of Dazume. This is Dazume 9.10 or something like that. That's the version I'm using, so I haven't actually activated the speed buttons yet, so I don't want to use them just yet. Ah, hello. Mr. Pokemon said he was looking for a trainer to arrive. Would your name be Joe by any chance? I see. So I guess you're the young trainer Mr. Pokemon was expecting. My name is Cynthia. I'm a trainer who hails from Sinnoh. Tell me, Joe, have you heard about the Pokemon? Have you heard of the tale of the legendary trainer? No, I've not heard of this tale. You haven't? I'll briefly explain it to you. The story tells of a tale of how a trainer travels the land of Kanto and Johto, catching all the Pokemon in mankind. He captures the most basic of Pokemon and even the most mythological of Pokemon, to come face to face with the one that Pokemon call God, Arceus. The archaeology of Johto appears to reflect this evidence of this story. It's interesting, to be sure. Thank you for listening to my story. You remind me of a trainer I used to know in Sinnoh. You may not know it yet, but you might be capable of great things. In fact, I'd like to give you something to reach that maximum potential. Here, I'd like you to obtain a small gift. And we received an Eevee! Not bad! I like Eevee. I don't want to give Eevee a nickname, but that means we got 2 Pokemon. The numerous possibilities that Eevee can evolve into. It's very interesting. I wonder what Pokemon you will evolve Eevee into. I won't evolve it into anything at all, it's just throw in the box. Or perhaps our paths will cross again, Joe. But until then, farewell. Okay, so that's Cynthia. Now if we go in here, I'm going to go a bit over because I want to do this. Hi, you must be Joe. I was the one who sent a email to Mr. Pokemon earlier. The Professor Elm earlier, yep. He's very excitable with Mr. Pokemon, I always find. This is why I wanted Professor Elm to examine. And we obtained the mystery egg. A friend of mine from Equity City gave that to me. I bet you can't find that egg anywhere in Johto. I thought Professor Elm won't be able to just find out what it is. He's the best when it comes to Pokemon evolution research. That's a quote from the famous Professor Oak. So you're returning to Professor Elm? Here, you should give your Pokemon some rest. Nice, thank you for resting my Pokemon. And with that, I'm Professor Oak, a Pokemon researcher. So you're Joe. I was visiting my friend Mr. Pokemon. When I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. What's this? I see a rare Pokemon. Ah, you must be helping Professor Elm with his research. I think I understand why Professor Elm gave you this Pokemon. It seems that you'll treat this Pokemon with love and care, it seems. Ah, you seem quite dependable. How about you help me out a bit? See, this is the latest version of our Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. I would like you to have it. And we obtained the Pokédex. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon all over the world and complete that Pokédex. But I've stayed too long. I must get to Goldenrod City for my usual radio show. Joe, I have this feeling that this is not the last time we'll meet. Let's exchange phone numbers again. And we exchange phone numbers with Professor Oak. Cool. And Professor Oak goes about his day, and we are going to go about our day too. And we have a phone call. Hello? Hello, Joe? It's a disaster! It's just terrible! What should I do? Oh no! Please get back here now! Okay, Professor Elm seems to be in some trouble, but this is where we're going to choose. I'm going to choose to end today's episode. In today's episode, we went up to Mr. Pokemon's house. We got our starter Pokemon. We got a Toadette out, and we got an Eevee given to us by Cynthia. And that's about it. Off screen, I'm going to get back to Cherry Grove City, where we can start this Egglocke, and I can start hacking in Pokemon and rare candies and all that other stuff, and get really excited for the start of our Pokemon Sacred Gold Egglocke. But if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, answer today's question today, which is, of course, do you want the battle style at set or at shift? Let me know in the comment section down below. Remember, I'll go with the majority, so please make, whatever the majority is, I'm going to go with that. But until next time, I'm Lantern Joe, and I am out. See you again.